I just wanted to record some thoughts. My dad has recently started chemo. He's 81, quite frail, but okay, really. He's been taking tablets for his cancer, prostate cancer, for the last few years, which have kept it okay. He's gone to the bones, which it went to the bones a while ago. But the last few months, the doctor has recommended chemo, even though I don't think even he is certain of that. So we've gone through one round of chemo, and I say we because even though it is the person with cancer who goes, obviously has it injected, it is the whole family and support group, I think, who go through the actual process of chemotherapy. We don't have the effects, we don't have the cancer, so obviously I'm not suggesting we have more to deal with. However, having done this before with my mum, who died of cancer 20 years ago, I know it's more than just one person who goes through it. My dad is not the easiest person, not the easiest person to help, because he wants help, but he also doesn't want help, or however you offer it is not right. Even if you do it exactly the way he says to do it, it is not right. Any other way, of course, is wrong. And unfortunately, it's a difficult situation because my dad is narcissistic, and my brother and my brother's partner are his flying monkeys along with other people. So I'm in the situation where I know that whatever I do, even if it's with the intention of doing it for the best, it'll be turned into something else. As my brother can't bear me doing things or doing things well, so he has to criticise them. And my dad joins in with that to create competition. So, for example, before the chemo even started, I was taking my dad through things that I'd researched, looked into quite a few cases, and also sought help from cancer awareness charities and such like, of what he can eat more of to boost his immunity and things that might be better if they're taken out of his diet while he's on chemo and maybe afterwards. And because it is about not just allowing the poison of chemo into the body to do things to try and help with a disease, but I do firmly believe that we have a part to play in how we tackle it. Of can we do anything to help? Can we eliminate stress? Can we eat better things? Can we help ourselves be as healthy as we possibly can before each round of chemo and in between? So I say we've been for one. The second one is next week, and there's already been comments made, critical comments made whilst I've been there, and also I know when I haven't been there. So part of it is part of I take and will be taking my dad for the chemo appointments because I've got those days off work. So I know part of it is my brother will be fighting to find the place, and rather than looking to see what he can individually do, which is lots, he looks to criticise what I'm doing. So luckily, I've previously, for the last couple of years or so, and definitely last year, looked into a lot of the narcissistic traits and accepted that without a formal diagnosis, my dad has a lot of them. And I've looked into how my brother and his partner operate, and they're definitely flying monkeys. And I wouldn't be surprised if my brother has narcissistic traits as well. So I've adapted how I deal with their comments to get through it better. I was half expecting my dad to criticise me or say things against me when I took him for chemo, in front of other people. The first time, I think he was just too scared, nervous, anxious to lash out or try and draw me into an argument to show off in front of other people, or to try and say, I react badly or whatever. But I'm still on guard of all of that happening, because even though he didn't do it last week because he wanted to show how wonderful he was, I think, I was aware that any second it could turn, and there could, of course, be comments next time. So I'm very aware. I'm keeping track of everything, as I do anyway with him, but I'm keeping more of a track in a notebook of what happens and what doesn't happen, or things that are said, and that generally how he's feeling. So more of an information-based thing in terms of, okay, this is how he was the first time round, what can we expect the second treatment, but also very much a protection. So whilst my brother was there, he popped in a couple of times and left because my dad was sleeping, and also he leaves the house if anything is said, or if he feels out of place. If he doesn't feel like he can do anything, he gets critical himself. And luckily I'm aware of that now. I know that could happen. But I just thought, I'm going to record this, and along this journey, now that I have this new phone and camera, because the other one was on the way out and I knew the battery wouldn't be very good to record anything long term. So, but I think I'm going to keep a regular update, if I can, as and when, about various things to do with the cancer journey, the chemotherapy journey, in case it helps anybody else, and also a way of expressing my thoughts. And it'll go on the channel that I don't share with other people. If others find it all well and good, but just so I can talk things out, which I think really helps in many scenarios. So that's where we're up to. We've had the first one. Not too bad in terms of effects. The nurse did say be more fatigue than sickness, and it has been, and aching bones. So, it hasn't been as bad as it could be, or as bad as it was when my mum went through it. Completely different cancer, and obviously completely different body and whatever else 20 years ago. Completely different technology, medicine. But, it might get worse. I gave him a motivational speech the other day saying he needed to eat, he needed to get going. This was only the first, but he needed to get himself better ahead of the second round. Otherwise, obviously, if he loses weight in between, they could refuse him. They weigh him before each chemo, they can refuse to give him chemo. But I'm sure there's many others going through it, and when the person you're helping is narcissistic and the flying monkeys are around, it can be harder. It makes the whole thing hard in ways that it doesn't need to be, or it just makes you very wary of things that are said and done and who's around, and it also makes you weary, the tiredness that comes from that, of always having to be vigilant, and just notice that things are being said and just let them go by, really. Even if you catch that it's for you, let them go by without comment. But if anybody else is going through this chemotherapy journey, I wish you all the luck. If you're going through with a narcissist, then I definitely wish you luck. But I also suggest that you keep track of absolutely everything, like I am. Take care of yourselves as well. That's the most important thing when you're looking after somebody else. No matter how hard it is, always make sure you've looked after yourself. Have things in place that cherish you and nourish you, and talk it through. Even if it's just like this, talking to camera, put it on YouTube if you wish to help others, or just for you. Take care.